In today's video, we're going to be playing as many Planeswalkers as possible. And the way that we're going to be doing this is by playing Spark Double and Karth the Lion. And if you haven't seen either one of these, Karth is a 4-mana 3/5 that when it enters the battlefield, you look at the top 6 and you pick up a Planeswalker. And if a Planeswalker dies, you do this again. But the important part of this card is that it gives all activated abilities on Planeswalker an additional +1. So if you go to Ultimate or Wrenn 6 on 7 Loyalty, it'll still stay alive. And Spark Double is a 4-mana clone that can copy Planeswalkers. They aren't legendary and they get an additional loyalty counter. So we're going to be taking this list through a League of Modern and seeing if we can get all the friends onto the battlefield. Match 1, we are on the draw, and our starting hand looks quite strong. It goes turn 1 Inquisition, taking our Teferi. We'll go turn 1 Misty. Oh no, Field Ruin into a Thoughtseize, taking our Leyline Binding. Okay, Lily not bad, except her mana is awful. And they take out our Triumph, so we are never casting Lily. Okay, a Scared Foundry. We'll shock that in and hold up cycling our Triumph. No land for the opponent, huge. So we will cycle our Triumph. Okay, land is okay. Narset, huge draw. We'll pick up a Breeding Pool and cast out our Narset. And we will down tick and we'll pick up an ending. Okay, Cabal Coffers for the opponent. Another land for us. We'll down tick with our Narset. I guess we'll pick up a Leyline Binding. I guess we'll cast out our Spark Double. This seems so bad though. Wow, it does resolve. Okay, so we get a Narset, so we'll down tick again. I did not expect that to resolve, and then we'll play out our Misty. Okay, Swamp for the opponent. That's a good draw for them. And they Bloodchief's Thirst our Spark Doubled Narset. Oh, a Karth is pretty good. So we will play out our Wrenn first, tick up on a Misty Rainforest, fetch out an island, and then play out our Karth and pick up a Teferi. And we can even down tick our Narset here, which dies, which means we get to pick up a Grist. Oh my god, this is so sweet. And another Narset. Oh my goodness. I always love playing such weird decks. They're so fun. And opponent scoops it up. Let's get on to sideboarding. We're going to take out a Liliana the Veil and a Spark Double for 2 Force Negation. Game 2, our starter looks quite strong. Opponent goes turn 1 Urborg. We top deck a land. We'll go Forest into a Halfling, a Swamp into a Fatal Push for the opponent. And funnily enough, this Urborg is helping us, so we'll shock in our Sacred Foundry and play out a 4/4 Territorial Kavu without even having a black land in play. And they do have a Fatal Push for it. They play out a Demolition Field into Suspending a Profane Tutor and a Halfling for us, so we will play that out, and we will shock in a Temple Garden and play out our Wrenn. And they have a Cling to Dust, gaining 3 life. Interesting. No land for the opponent. Another Halfling will tick up. This mana is so bad. It's awful. Ugh. All right, we'll attack in with our Halfling. And they have a Bowmasters, trading it for, I guess, the Orc. And we'll play out a 4 or a Halfling into a tapped land. Yeah, they gotta cast the Profane Tutors, so we're gonna have to force this. And another tutor for the opponent. Zygoth Triumph. Not bad. We'll kill the Bowmaster. Cycle our Triumph. Kavu is good. Unfortunately, I can't play it this turn. Opponent has a Thoughtseize, taking our Kavu. Ooh, Leyline Binding. We will tick up on our land, and I'll be smart this time, tapping our Halfling. The 1 point of damage isn't gonna matter. Land not bad, and pass. On their upkeep, they cast a Profane Tutor, assuming getting this Cabal Coffers, and then they cast out a Karn. Down ticks their Karn, picking up a Sundering Titan, and then killing our Halfling. So on the end step, we will flash in our Binding, taking out their Karn, and I guess we're picking up a Blue Source. Okay, Grist, actually really strong here. We will play that out, tick up our Grist, tick up our Wrenn, picking up a land, and passing up. Okay, they have a land. They're up to 7 mana here. Strangely enough, I think we're going to be able to beat a Sundering Titan. Opponent activates Demolition Field, taking out our Breeding Pool. We'll pick up a Plains. Ooh, and they have a Shieldred. That's fine. Okay, Wrenn 6, not great. I think we have to tick up first here. Tick up our Wrenn, and then play out our Strand. Passing back. All right, an opponent finds another Coffers, so they are going to slam this Sundering Titan. And I think they only killed 1, 2, 3, 4. No, they only killed 4 lands, thankfully. So we got a little lucky in that sense. Then they flash back a Cling to Dust, and they attack our Grist, which we do at the Chump. Okay, Teferi. Hold up. I might actually do it here. So we will float a mana off of our Plains, float a mana mana off of our Strand, fetch out a plane or an island, cast out our Teferi, then bounce their Shieldred, down tick our Grist, sacking Insect, killing Sundering Titan. Yeah, and then Titan, that should kill all of our lands. So then we will tick up our Wrenn, picking up a Strand, playing that out. When it floats 12 mana, casting out Shieldred. Oh, into a One Ring. All right, well, about winning the game. And they have a March. All right, well, that was a really, really good turn for them. Okay, we need a Leyline Binding. That's not it. All right, well, we'll scoop it up. Opponent got us there. Let's get on to game 3. Game 3, our starting hand looks quite impressive. We just need our halfling not to die here. We'll lead on turn 1 Temple Garden into a halfling. Please, no push. Okay, cleaned it us. Well, that was like really good too. Ooh, Narset off the top, huge. Let's cast that. Then we will down tick, picking up a forest. Okay, opponent plays out an Urborg. We find a Flooded Strand. Guess we will down tick our Narset. Ooh, find another Narset. And we're actually just gonna cast out our Karth here. And I think I want a Teferi. Okay, they have a Cabal Coffers. Another land for us. Let's lead on down ticking Narset, triggering Karth, pick up a Grist, and then of course we whiff on our Narset, fetch with our Strand, picking up I guess a Steam Vents here. Cast out our Wrenn 6, tick that up, picking up our land, playing out land, then casting a Teferi. She will also tick up, then attack in for 3. Another Coffers, quite good. And cast out a One Ring, which we will fire off our Force Negation, pitching Narset. Leyline Binding, huge draw. We will fetch out a Plains, tick up our Wrenn, play Strand, down tick our Teferi, drawing a card, then cast out our Kavu, and we'll hold up our Force here, attacking in for 4. And the only way we lose is if we don't hold up Force. Opponent plays out a Swamp, makes 9 mana with their Coffers. Opponent leads on a March of Wretch and Sorrow on our Teferi, which I believe is fine. We get a Karth trigger. Let's find another one just for the memes. Ah, darn. Okay, Grist. That's fine. Then they cast out a Shieldred. That's perfectly fine. We will fetch, picking up a Triome, cast out our Binding, take out their Shieldred, and we draw a Misty. And even because of Karth, we can ult our Wrenn and keep Wrenn around, which is awesome. Play out our land. Oh, I forgot to attack. Oh my goodness. All right, didn't want to attack anyways. They fire off an Inquisition. Yeah, they take our Force. Then they cast out a Karn, which yes, we will force this one. And opponent skips it up. Let's get on to match number 2. Match 2, we are on the play, and our starting hand looks quite strong. We'll lead on turn 1 Breeding Pool into a halfling. Opponent leads on turn 1 Steam Vents into a DRC. Cast out a Bauble, milling over a Breach. Okay, Gleeful Demolition. That's fine. We find another Karth. We will cast out our Wrenn, down tick, killing the DRC, and then play out our Strand. Untaps, casting out a Bolt into a Unholy Heat, killing all of our stuff. Okay, ooh, Tomb off the top. That is good. We'll play that. Then cast out our Narset, down tick, pick up a Teferi, let's go. When it fires off an Expressive Iteration, exiling a Stomping Ground, playing that out. Leyline Binding is fine. We will down tick. Ooh, another Narset. I'll take that. Then play out our Teferi, and I'll tick up. Opponent plays out a Synthesizer. Oh, this deck is so sick. Finding a Steam Vents, bolting down our Narset. Okay, Grist is fine, but I'm just gonna play out Narset, tick up with Teferi, down tick Narset, whiffing like an absolute stud. Opponent casts out a Questing Druid or a Seek the Beast, finding Gleeful Demolition and a Star. Casting out Star and casting out the Gleeful Demolition, taking that out, getting 3 1/1s. Then they play out a Tarn, picking up a Stomping Ground. Come on, land. Let's go. We will fetch out a Forest, then cast out our Karth, picking up a Lily. That's so weird. We will down tick on one of their Gobos, down tick our Narset, picking up a Prismatic Ending, and pass back. Another land for the opponent. Please don't have a Breach. Oh no, we're so dead. Opponent cast out a DRC, then cast out an Unholy Heat, killing our Karth. Then they cast out Demolition, getting more 1/1s. Then killing our Teferi, then killing our Narset, and they just bobble 2 more times, passing back. We have 5 white cards with 1 white source. Yeah, all right. I guess we'll play out our Grist, tick up, and then pass back. They cast out their Questing Druid into a Synthesizer, find another DRC, into a Bobble, then picking up Jegantha into hand, land. Wow, they're sitting everything at grist. So we will fire off a Leyline Binding, taking out one of the DRCs. I guess there's no reason to trade right now. All right, White Source maybe? Teferi. All right, well, we will play out our Teferi, bounce their DRC. Still no more White Sources. This man is so bad. All right, I think we're dead. Into a third past Iconoclast and an EI. All right, we'll scoop it up. The opponent has at this point. Let's get on to sideboarding. We're going to take out 4 Karth, 3 Spark Doubles, and a Liliana for 2 Hitasugu, 4 Endurance, and 2 EEs. Game 2, our hand is very strong. We'll lead on turn 1 Heath. Opponent goes turn 1 Steam Vents into DRC. And of course, they always got that bobble. Gosh darn it. Milling over a star. Ooh, Hitasugu is great. All we need is a black source here, but we'll go turn 2 Kavu. In the upkeep, they go Bolt on our Kavu, spinning a Breach into a Stomping Ground, killing our Kavu. Okay, not a bad turn for them. Let me find a Rin. All right, I'm going to play a little risky here and cast out our Rin, tick up on our Heath, and if we need to, we can always Endurance Pitch Cast, but this does set us up to actually hit Hitsugu the next turn. All right, they attack our Rin. Nothing else. Wow. And instep, they Seek the Beast. Oh, they have Mana Leak in their deck? Oh, I'm so dumb. I forgot to fetch on the instep. All right, well, we'll fetch Shock, cast out our Hitsugu, tick up our Rin, and play out our Heath. An opponent casts out a Breach, which I don't think is a big deal unless they have a land. Yeah, it looks like they're just casting out 2 baubles, so a 2 mana draw 2 is fine. Yeah, our Hitsugu triggers, exiling the yards. We will play out our Grist, tick up with our Rin, play out our Strand that they know about. I guess they know about both, and then pass. I'm gonna place out a Star, nothing else from them. Another land for us off the top. All right, tick up our Planeswalkers, play out our Strand, and poke in for 1. And on the instep, they cast a Seek the Beast, exiling a land and an Iconoclast. They play out the land, play out their Iconoclast, then cast out a Gleeful Demolition, which is fine. We have EE for this. We can clean all this stuff up. Then they cast out a Bauble into another Star. Ooh, another Grist off the top. We'll down tick with our Rin, killing out the Iconoclast, tack out with our Insectos. Yeah, and they do just trade. Guess we'll run out the EE, pop it, then tick up with our Rin, or our Grist, play out a tapped Breeding Pool, and pass back. They fire off a Heat on our Grist, so in response, we will flash in our Endurance. Oh, and they have a Mana Leak for that. All right, that's fine. Then they cast out a Gleeful Demolition, which we will Leyline Binding the Star in response. Ooh, another Endurance for us. We will tick up on a land, attack in with the team, play out another Grist, tick up, and play out a land, passing. When it fetch shocks, then plays out a Questing Druid into a Magus of the Moon. Sure. So we'll cast an Endurance in response, shuffling in their yard, and Magus is fine. And they just scoop it up there. Yep. All right, let's get on to game 3. Game 3, our hand is quite good, and it is really, Magus proof, so we'll definitely keep. I'm gonna go turn 1 Steam Vents, and we'll go turn 1 Triumph. Ooh, turn 2 Mountain into a Iconoclast and a Bauble. Impressive turn. Endurance? Okay. So we will fetch out a Plains and cast an Ending on this Iconoclast. I'm gonna tax in for 1, laying out a tap Stomping Ground into an instep Seek the Beast. And they exiled another Questing Druid and a Breach, so we will fetch Shock. Oh, I guess we can't get double green and red. Ugh. So I guess we're just gonna have to pick up a Forest here and then cast an Endurance, because they do know about this anyway, so there's no real reason to wait for it. I'm gonna cast out another Seek the Beast, finding DRC and Mana Leak, casting out a DRC. Come on, land. That's not the land I meant. All right, let's go Island, play out our Narset, down tick. Love that for us. Whiff. All right, and then cast out a Halfling. On the upkeep, they do bolt our Narset, getting a Surveil. Then they cast out an EI, exiling another Mana Leak, and that means we do just get to chomp up their DRC. Oh my goodness. And sadly, this is not legendary. I thought it wasn't. Unfortunate. Well, I guess we are passing. I'm gonna cast out a Questing Druid into a Bauble. Leyline Binding. Guess that works. Yeah, instep, they fire off a Heat on our Endurance. Cast out another Questing Druid. That's good for us. Then they attack in. We will not block. And they have a tapped land. Oh my goodness, a land! Let's go. All right, let's cast out our EE for 2. Play out our land. And I guess we'll hold up the EE. I'm gonna place out a Bauble. They pick up their Gigantha and attack in with their Questing Druid, which I guess we will block and then just pop our EE. Nothing else from them. Another land for us. We will cast out our Hitsugu and then play out a Strand, passing. They play out an Iconoclast into a Magus. Sure. I think that's fine. We'll just wait with our Leyline Binding here. We're running 6. It's a good one. We will play that out, down to killing their Iconoclast, and pass back. And they take out a Rin into a Gigantha, which we will Leyline Binding this. And Engineered Explosives for us. We will just pass. They cast an Unholy Heat into another Heat, and then attack in for 2. Another land for us. We will cast out a EE for X is 3, and they attack in for another 2. I think I'm gonna wait on this EE for as long as I can. Probably 1 or 2 more turns. Land, land for the opponent. All right, we'll take 1 more and then see what we're gonna do here. Kavu, let's go. That was huge. I really do think this Magus is almost worse for them somehow. And they do attack, so I guess we kind of have to block, sadly. Plays out an Iconoclast, then casts out an EI. And this is why I almost think the Magus was worse for them. Ooh, and they do find a Synthesizer. Casting a Gleeful Demolition on our EE. Sure. Into a Synthesizer. Into an Unholy Heat on our Kavu. Annoying. All right, give me something good. That's not bad. We will lead on that. Down tick. Okay. Guess we'll take an Ending, then cast out our Hitotsugu. All right. Don't have a breach, please. Okay, that's fine. Please, no breach, please. Okay, land's fine. They fail to find. Okay, then they activate their Synthesizer. Finding another Synthesizer. Into a Synthesizer. Finding a Bauble. Into a Gleeful Demolition. All right, well, we need our second EE. Yeah, and they do attack our Narset. Unfortunate. All right, well, we will fetch. Guess we gotta thin our deck because the only way we win this game is if we find our Engineered Explosive anyway, so we'll thin our deck as much as possible. Oh, wait, we don't even have one. Okay, I don't know how we win, but we'll figure it out. A Leyline Binding does not do it. So opponent has us here. We will scoop it up and get on to match number 3. Match number 4, we're on the draw, and our starting hand looks quite strong. When it goes turn 1 Canal, we top deck a Forest. Yeah, we'll play that out into a Halfling, and that does meet a Bolt. When it plays out a Strand, ooh, we top deck another Halfling. We'll play that out into one of our lands. Wow, they do counterspell that. Interesting. Let's play out our Float Strand. No land for the opponent. We find another land off the top, and I think we're just gonna go land go here. We're in no rush. They missed a land drop, so no land again for the opponent. Spark double, let's go. Opponent plays out a land. We find a land, we'll play out our land. And on our instep, they do cast a Charm. They play out a Strand. We top deck a Narset. We will play out a Rin, and that meets a counter spell. So we will fetch out an island and play out a Narset. Wow, another counter spell, and then we'll run out our planes. I'm gonna cast out an EI, exiling a Spell Snare and not hitting a land drop. All right, another land for us. I don't think they're gonna have another counter spell, so we're gonna slam our Teferi. Never mind. That is all 4 counter spells. Nothing for the opponent. Kavu for us, and that does meet a Spell Snare. Alrighty, and they have a Flame of Anor. Tap land for the opponent. Okay, a Grist is a good draw. We'll play that. I swear, if they have another counter spell, I'm gonna lose it. Oh, come on. Oh my. Well, I think the Spark Double is going to lose us this game. If this was a spell, we would probably be able to win, but being unable to cast this out has been a liability. Another land for us. EI for the opponent. They exile land, play that out, and we find an ending. Yeah, at this point, we're just dead here. We'll scoop it up and get on to sideboarding. We are going to take out 3 Prismatic Ending and 3 Spark Doubles for 4 Endurance and 2 Force Negation. Ooh, okay, this hand is quite good. We just need them to not have a Spell Snare. We'll lead on turn 1 Misty. When it goes turn 1 Canal, we find a Kavu. We will fetch Shock with our Flooded Strand, picking up a Sacred Foundry and playing out our Rin. Unfortunate. Ooh, a Kavu off the top. We will shock in our Tomb and cast out a Lily, and that resolves. Let's go Liliana and play. Haven't done that in a while. We'll take up getting rid of a Leyline Binding. I'm gonna place out an island. We will tick up with our Lily, discarding Narset. I sure hope we have a red source to fetch. Oh wait, we don't. That's so awkward. Well, I guess we will play our land and pass. I'm gonna cast out an EI, exiling a Hall of the Storm Giants, playing that out. Ooh, a Boseiju for us. We will lead on a Kavu, then play out another Kavu into our Boseiju and tick up our Lily, discarding yet another Snapcaster. Opponent plays out an island. Ooh, we find a Grist. We will lead on a Lily ultimate, and they float a bunch of mana in response. We will do the blue and red sources versus uses only blue sources. Go to combat, and they do flash and a Snapcaster Mage. Okay, and then they have a Flame of Anor, pretty good for them. We will attack in with our Kavu, and actually we're gonna exile the Flame of Anor, and then we shall play out a Grist. Tick up, and yeah, we're pretty good. Alright, Fat Shocks for Steam Vents. Then cast out a Magus of the Moon. Then attacks our Grist. So yeah, I think we'll trade here. Force Negation, not a good one. We'll tick up and pass back. Opponent cast out an EI, exiling a land, playing that out. Then they attack Grist for 2. Yeah, let's just hope they don't have a bolt to finish off our Grist. All right, looks like we're fine. We will down tick our Grist, sack our Insect, kill the Magus, play out our Rin, which meets a Charm, and yeah, we will Force Negation that one. Tick up with our Rin, attack in with Kavu, loot away land, Teferi, not bad, and opponent's down to 5. Another land for the opponent, another Teferi for us. We will lead on an attack, which meets an Otawara, so we will just tick up with Grist, play out a Teferi, tick up, replay our Kavu, tick up with our Rin, play out land, and yeah, that's a decent turn. Opponent draws 2. Then they fire off a Heat, killing our Kavu. Another Grist for us. We will tick up Grist, attack in for 1, draw a card with our Teferi, tick up our Rin, picking up Island, and pass back. Opponent fires off a Snapcaster, trying to flash back Unholy Heat, and we have a surprise for them, Endurance, and opponent scoops it up. Let's get on to game 3. Game 3, our hand is a little slow, but I think I gotta keep it. Turn 1 tap land for the opponent, and Flood Train's actually a great draw. That means we don't have to play out our Triumph. Opponent plays out a Canal. We'll fetch out a Steam Vents. Ooh, Besage's good. We'll play that, or play our Forest, then play out a Rin. Oh my gosh, this card's so good. Okay, Narset, not bad. Another Rin. Please don't be Snapcaster into a Spell Snare. That'd be so bad. Oh no. No bueno. All right, well, that's a little unfortunate for us. Another land for the opponent. They attack in for 2. Kavu isn't awful. All right, let's go Island into a Teferi, bluffing a Veil of Summer. Oh, no, this was a bad play. I should have done that with Narset. Subtlety. Okay, that's fine. Guess we will top that. Okay, another land for the opponent. All right, we can stabilize if our Teferi resolves. So, I mean, obviously we want that to happen regardless. All right, let's play Beseiju, play out a Teferi. Don't have a counter spell. Please, no. Oh my goodness. Oops, all subtleties. Stop, I guess. Play out a Kavu. Don't have a spell. If they have a spell stare, I'm gonna riot. Okay. I'm gonna play out an EI. They exile a land, play that out. Tax in for 6. Guess we have only one option here. We will play out Teferi for the 3rd time this game. Beats a counter spell. All right. I mean, I guess we have some outs here. We will attack in with our Kavu, loot away the Narset, and a Karth is not going to do it. So we'll scoop it up and get on to match number 5. Match 5, we're on the play, and our starting hand looks really good if a halfling doesn't die. We'll lead on turn 1, Fetch Shock, and play out a halfling. Oh no! All right, well, we're in a tough position. They take our Renin 6, and then they cast a Scam Effect, and then takes our Grist. Okay, so they're gonna leave us with a Narset, possibly. Land is not bad, but I think it's still better to go halfling into Steam Vents. Please, no Fury. All right, they have a Dothy. That's fine. And then they attack in for 4. Ooh, that's so good. I would want to play out the Karth here, but we're going to play Teferi first. Then we will bounce their Grief, and we'll pass back. Attacking in for 1. Opponent plays out a Swamp into a Dash Ragavan, attacking us for 2 and killing our Teferi. Okay, Triumph for us. We'll play that out into a Karth Lion. Wow. I don't even know what the odds of us whiffing are. That's actually insane. Someone tell me what the odds are. What the heck? That's so unlikely. Opponent evokes out a Grief, taking our Spark Double. Oh, and then, okay. Yeah, they're scamming this out. They have another effect. Not a surprise. So that means their last card in hand is a Ragavan. Yep, they play that out and attack in for 3. Okay, now we just need Planeswalkers or a Leyline Binding. That is neither, so we'll play that and pass. Okay, land for the opponent. Then they attack in. We are not going to fetch because fetching does get us killed here. Okay, Leyline Binding does it. So we will play that out, taking out the Dothy. And we should be better deck at top decking than Rakdos Scam, I sure hope. Okay, they find a land. We will thin out the deck a little bit. Maybe this is a mistake. Forgot they are, I think they're a Lightning Bolt deck. Land for us. When it does nothing, we find a Leyline Binding. Oh goodness, another Dothy for the opponent. So we will cast out a Leyline Binding on the end step, taking out the Dothy. Planeswalker. Okay, land, huge. And opponent is attacking, which means they probably have an Undying effect. Oh, okay. They also Bowmasters. Yeah, that makes sense. So they will kill our. I don't even know if this is that great. Planeswalker. Oh, it's a planes part of a Planeswalker. Oh no. Oh no. And opponent got us. Wow, we just did not draw well off the top. But anyways, that happens. So let's get on to sideboarding. We'll bring in 4 Endurances for 3 Spark Doubles and a Liliana. Hand for game 2 looks quite strong. We'll lead on turn 1 Heath. Another evoked out turn 1 Grief for the fun team. And they take Narset and an ending. Okay, Halfling actually was a really strong draw. We will shock in our breeding pool and play out a Halfling. When it plays out a Swamp into a Croxa, so we'll discard a Flood Strand, taking 3. Then they attack in, taking us down to 10 already. Another land for us. We'll play that out and attack in for 1. Opponent casts a Bolt, taking out our Halfling. Attacks in for 4. Ooh, top deck and Endurance, not bad. We will fetch again, grabbing a Plains, and then cast an ending for 4, killing their Grief. Land for opponent. We top deck a Halfling. We will just pass back. Nothing for the opponent. Instead, we will flash an Endurance. Another Endurance off the top. Huge. We'll attack in for 3. Opponent evokes out a Grief, and sadly, we have to play out our Endurance in response to this, unfortunately. And they do have an Undying Evil for it. Okay, Karth, not bad. Not too shabby. Play that out. Pick up a Planeswalker. Only 1. At least we got something this time. Opponent cast a Thoughtseize, taking out our Rin. Okay, any Planeswalkers good? That's good. We will fire off a Leyline Binding, taking out the Reef and attacking with everything. Opponent's down to 4. We might actually get a game. All right, let's go. We're on the board against Scam, so let's get on to game 3. Game 3, starting hand is quite impressive. Does anyone else just like not want to play against Scam anymore? Raise your hand. Say I in the comment if you if you don't want to play against Scam anymore. And they take Endurance and are Teferi. Okay, Leyline Binding, huge draw. Oh no. All right, well, we can deal with one of these, which is the good news. The bad news is they have both of these. Wait, but they don't have a land here, so we might be able to pull this one out. Okay, another Karth for us. We will play out our Strand, fetch up a Zagoth Triome, fire off our Leyline Binding, taking out the Fury, and then we lose 1 from the Wicked roll. Land for the opponent, attacks in for 4. Leyline Binding off the top, please. Endurance, actually pretty insane. That means that next turn we can actually block this block the Grief. And if we find a land, we can play Karth and then even have evoked Grief out to protect. Opponent plays out a land into a Fable the Mirror Breaker. Then they attack in, and we do find a land. All right, yeah, guess we're fetching out an island here, and then we will play out our Karth. Please, Ripple Spell. Oh, these are so good. I think Grist is the best though. Yeah, just makes the most blockers. Additionally, it is green. Opponent declines to loot with the Fable. Opponent attacks in with the team. We have to double block the Grief. Okay, we're down to 2. Nothing else. I am confused. Prismatic Ending. Okay, we will play Grist. Tick up Grist. Then fire off an ending on the Goblin, attack in with Territorial Kavu, and we're just going to exile something from the yard. I think we're going to get this one. They flip Fable, play out a land, find a Narset. We will lead on attacking with the team. They have to block one of these. We'll just exile something from the yard. Here they block the Kavu, cast an Undying Evil on the Reflection. That's fine. We'll fire off an Endurance, then tick up Grist, and please no Bolt. Please. And we go positive. Let's go. All right, so overall, we did go positive with this deck. I think there are some clear issues. The first one that I definitely noticed was the issue of not having mana. Not only is the mana base like completely horrendous, but we just can't generate enough mana to cast more than 1 Planeswalker reasonably a turn. And that really showed up against the counterspell deck, but more so, it's just, this seems like a worse version of like the 4-color Omnath deck, and it's just not drawing as much, it's not producing much mana, and there's just so many issues with this list. Overall, I definitely had fun with this. Would recommend if you're just looking for a fun little brew. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.